Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Looking at the comments from yesterday, the last few, uh, the last one is Overshawn is a beast. And I think that's what we'll start at this morning. Overshawn is a beast. Let me see if I can get this stuff to come bigger so I can see remote. What's up? Good morning, MVP Nation. How's my audio coming in? Is it weird? I hadn't touched anything from the show yesterday, but hey, I can't trust anything right now. Force it to CD. Yeah, that you know what? That's my only problem. Okay, good, good. Thanks, Destin. That's my only problem with this thing. I am so juiced from seeing that defense. I mean, that's the one. Thank you very much. That's the one thing that really we had a real blank question mark was the defense. You know what I'm saying? We kind of know what the offense is going to be. We kind of know who can do what when. But on the defensive side of the ball, it was a whole new scheme coming in. We had been playing a certain way under Quinn, and we know we're not going to play that way anymore. And we want to see if we can still have the same type of defensive activity that we had under Quinn, which everybody loved because it was getting after the quarterback, it was generating turnovers, it was doing all that kind of stuff, and we were real good at that during with Quinn. But we didn't want to lose any of that. But at the same time, we needed to have linebackers on our team. So we needed actually really fast linebackers to be as fast as I think he had Bell playing back linebacker last year, and that's a fast human being. You know what I'm saying? So we needed linebackers that could still be a linebacker, but at the same time have the same speed to apply the same pressure that we need to keep the same type turnovers and stuff like that. So then that play when 11 was chasing him, chasing Deshaun Watson, and 13 came out of nowhere, and we're used to seeing 11 come out of nowhere, and 11's in a normal chase, and 13 comes out of nowhere. It's like those two. It's kind of like in flag football, you have to use two guys for defense. Your best defense is having two guys there, and those two guys will like corner the guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't go this way, you can't go that way. And in that play it was like a chase down between one guy because you have to run as fast as you can for your life when you're running away from Parsons. But when another person is coming at another angle, you're dead in the water. That's why, Watson is shifty as some shifty quarterbacks. Really, we've been watching him since Clemson. He couldn't even move. He just had to lay down. He couldn't even process in his brain. A quarterback who naturally processes movement and evasive action all the time. He couldn't even process a move in his brain that he could do to get out of that moment. That's how ridiculous it was. What's up, TD? Thank you, Jacob. Thank you very much. So who else impressed? I'll tell you the next person impressed. I'm going to stay on the defensive side of the ball because I don't have I don't have as many flowers for the offense. I have a lot of flowers for the offense though. Don't get me wrong, but that number 21, I kept hearing about him in training camp, and I just why what's up, Callie? This is why I hate not being at training camp this year. It leaves a hole in my cowboy knowledge when I'm not at training camp. And when I heard all the buzz of Kalen Carson coming out of training camp, I was like, I don't know, this just camp buzz and whatever. Because when I'm there, I can decipher what is camp hype and what is actually really going on. You know what I'm saying? Who's really out there making plays? Who really looks like whoa, different? You know what I'm saying? So I missed that. And now when I saw 21 Carson, I was like, wow, I guess this is what they were talking about. The dude was a baller. You could just tell from like instant that dude was out there trying to make plays. It wasn't like it's different when you're lucky and you're in the right spots and something like whatever. No, that dude was hustling and he was getting to the spots and he was doing everything he needs to do. So when Bland gets back, Bland is just going to be able to play his game. You know what I'm saying? He's a zone corner that's going to pick everything off. You know what I'm saying? So let Bland do his thing. I liked it. Let me put y'all got some comments up there. Wait a minute, hold on. We have linebackers, Ken. We have linebackers. They just like, and they look great too. Kendricks, looks like he's like 26. And they did look better against the run. And that Pappy, the pressure at the end of the game that came from Phillips there at the end, that's something we haven't seen much of. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that. But what that punch up the middle of the defense, especially with the pressure that we have coming on the outsides, if we get some punch in that middle of the defense, my goodness, come on, Mozzie, wake up, be one of these boys. Come on, Mozzie. Well, Callie asked, "Morning, Shango. D look good. I hope we're really that good." And the Browns not that really that bad. The Browns aren't that bad. I'll tell you that right off the bat. The players aren't bad enough for them to be bad, especially on the defensive side of the football. They have some real like Denzel Ward. I was telling people, that Dak was not going to throw the ball all around the place on that defense. You can't. They're built to come at you. Them corners, they play man for just enough time for their defensive line to get to your quarterback and kill them. But we escaped I thought, at least 2 interceptions from Denzel Ward. That he was right there. It might have been 3, but Denzel Ward had a great game yesterday, and there's no denying how good he played, and Newsom played well as well. The defensive line at the beginning of the game, they played well, but then our rookies and the scheme and everything we did was to take out those threats. You know what I'm saying, on the offensive line. So the Cowboys, for them to my greatest takeaway from that is for them to have solved a problem. This is big what I'm about to say. For them to have solved a problem in the first drive of the football game, and then they made adjustments to not let that happen again. That didn't happen during the Jason Garrett days. Let's just say that. It didn't happen during the Garrett days. I'm not disappointed, man. I'm staying on the good side before I get to the bad side. I'm gonna enjoy. A victory is enjoyable in the morning. So none of you doom and gloomers are gonna get me down this morning after seeing what I saw yesterday. I understand reality. I know all that stuff. I will talk about it in a few minutes. But for me to be like in a crabby mood after a blowout victory over a very, very good defense in the NFL. Nah, bruh. This might all we have this season. This might be all we have this season. These victories over teams like this, but you're not going to take this away from me. It might be a different thing after we play the San Francisco 49ers. Who knows? It probably will be. You can come then. Zeke looked Zeke looked okay. Zeke looked okay. Let's say Zeke looked better than I thought he was going to look. I'll definitely give him that. Yeah, I think they handled CD snap camp pretty good, and that's another reason why they couldn't throw the ball all over the place. They didn't want to overuse. Oh, they didn't want to. I mean, CD's first game, you don't want to give him a ridiculous amount of targets. His first game back, you know what I'm saying? Keep it as simple as possible. If the defense is capable, look, man, I'm for that. I'm for that type ball all season. If we can just keep it simple and let the defense totally harass the other team, because let's be honest, there's only going to be a handful of teams that's going to be able to operate on our defense. There's only going to be a handful of teams that with the speed of Michael Parsons and Overshow and what we've seen in on our back end and what we know about them, there's only going to be a handful of teams that's going to be able to operate on us. So if we play with our defense instead of going out there trying to be like Andy Reid and put up 500 yards a game and all that kind of stuff and throw the ball around, that kind of stuff gets you in trouble. Like yesterday, I told you how close those passes the Denzel Ward side was. If he had picked two of those things off, then it's a whole different Monday. A whole different Monday. So now Cleveland is good. Cleveland is good. Cleveland might not be a playoff team because of what's going on the offensive side of the ball. But when Chubb gets back, they can probably focus more on their run game and play off their run game because they have the talent. I don't know about Njoku how bad he's hurt, but they got the talent at wide receiver 1, they got the talent at wide receiver 2, they got the talent at wide receiver 3, and they got the talent at tight end 1. So they got the talent. It's just like, what's going to get that offense going. Thank you, Adam, about my hat. Well, no, that's A. Cruz. What's up? I got the comments there, and I got to make them a little bit bigger because my eyes are old, and I'm like, but I saw that hat is fire, so thank you. Veronica, what are you talking about? You didn't even know we hadn't gave it to the fourth quarter. Where were you? What's up, Cowboys Corner? Good morning. I love these morning shows. I really do. I hate it for my daughter because her head is right there. So that's why I'm going to move sometime. Maybe during the bye week, I'm going to move to the kids' playroom because the kids don't use the playroom no more. It's like a room, one of the biggest rooms in the house, and they don't even use the playroom. They get on their tablets and go in their bed and they laugh at YouTube videos. I mean, come on, YouTube videos. So I'll be moving everything over there. It's gonna be a nice, bigger space for me. Nicer. We're going to work on that today, Jerry. I don't think I got you, though. No. Hold on. That's the only way I remember because I go through my photos and I saw the other two that was in there. So, but I didn't see your name, so I'll make sure I got you. Where are we at now? Of course. Look, man, we have the same issues with this football team as we did last year when it was coming to the season. Playmakers. We have a significant lack of playmakers. I know Turpin did make, and I was trash talking Turpin yesterday. He did make that. I missed the kick. I was late for halftime, and I missed the touchdown. But for the most part, we don't have a player that once the ball gets in their hands that we expect something. You know what I'm saying? So we got to wait to see what Tolbert really is. When he starts to cook in our offense, we got to see if Flournoy can get some snaps. It's another name that I heard all the time in training camp, and I'm really interested in seeing him in like real action, not preseason action, like real action in the real NFL with real corners and real defense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very interested in seeing him. But we have a significant issue. We have significant issues with getting the ball into actual playmakers' hands. And that was one play that Brandon Cooks ran, and it was, I think, was it a reverse or something like that? And in my mind, I could see like a young player like Xavier Worthy running that dang thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a knock to Brandon Cooks. It's just that youthful energy when it comes out there and it's juking and moving and all that kind of stuff. For one, it's exciting for us, and number two, it is like it's dangerous in the NFL. That's why they come in the NFL instantly, and it's like what Worthy did. They come in the NFL instantly and make an impact. So and then you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on them. Just some research, just some research. Live at 5, yes, coach. Yes, what's up, coach? Hey, man, busy people, busy dads like us. Early in the morning is the only time we really got it, because once the day starts, it's over. Yes, we look very good. Week 1, Dale. Right, Brent, and it's just. Brandon Cooks is decent. He is. He can get the job done. But we do need a legit threat over there on the other side, like our adversaries, like the Eagles, like the Niners, the Lions. Their number 2 was a player of the game last night. You know what I'm saying? That was a number 2 guy. And he's a legit threat. Their number 2 guy. So we need a number 2 guy that can get the ball in their hands and actually hurt somebody. We'll say, Pat, don't move. Just move back to the 704. No. You sound like wifey, Pat. Wifey's trying to get me to move to Atlanta. I'm like, no, 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 no. California love. Dun, 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 dun. That's me. No, Knicks. See that I won't. I'm not anywhere near ready to say that this is. My dog's name is Nick, and my father-in-law's middle name is Nix. But no, I don't think this is our year, man. I'm not ready to go that far yet. Oh no, Veronica. Yes, Veronica. Just let it flow. Veronica, let it flow. Let it flow. It's gonna be okay. Just let it flow. It's gonna be okay. Zeke was a happy surprise for me. Yeah, Zeke looked focused. Yeah, no, he looked like a very mature Zeke, and he looked like he had more pop than I thought he had, or whatever. What I was seeing in New England, but maybe New England being there did something for him, because it was like he did. I don't think he enjoyed. I don't think he enjoyed his experience there. Let's just say that. I may know, but I may not know, but I don't think he enjoyed his experience there. and he knows that his career can go another way really fast, and he's got a little bit left at the end of it. And when you got that, sometimes you become more serious. I hadn't seen him playing around and all that kind of stuff. Like after the game, they tried to play around, giving him a brownie for beating the Brownies, and Zeke just wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, for one, he wouldn't eat the brownie because he's. And I was like, don't eat. I was like, Zeke, don't you eat that brownie? But he didn't take the brownie, and he didn't really get with all the jokes and stuff. So it's a more mature Zeke that it may be okay. But I don't know what that that energy is. It's going to have to be Rico, but that I don't know where that pop is going to come from my running game. That energy that when he gets the ball, it's like he's coming at the defense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where that's going to come from. TD said we should have let Dak walk and get Shador Sanders. Or what's his name? Our baby Manning, baby Sanders or baby Manning. That would fix everything. Yeah, but I no. They also were saying the receivers were not open. Cowboys Forever says that he was concerned about our defense. I felt that same, that Cleveland receivers were open, but Watson missed them. There's two things to that. Watson missed them because he was under duress, which is good. And two, that they were saying, I was listening to how they were saying that they were locked down. Some of the corners, on a lot of those plays, the receivers were locked down. So it probably is a blend. Sometimes they were open, but when they were open, it was on blitzes, and he was under duress. And when they didn't blitz, the receivers were locked down. So it's probably a nice mix of that. Oh, and that's another thing. My brain works in the morning. Y'all get the best of Shango in the morning. This is the only time my brain really works. Like noon, it starts to just tail off. Like the Texans have a three-headed monster. Adam Christopher, Kalen Carson did very well yesterday. He was like, he popped off the screen almost as much as Overshown did. He really, really, really did. And I was hoping he was going to get a pick, but he'll get his soon. No, 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 no. Knicks, no. There is no way in the world. I just got finished yelling at the guy in my league about what you just said. Nick says, is he the only one not excited about Dak's performance? His numbers were mid considering going against the Browns. For one, that is a statement that you don't really understand what the Browns were. The Browns are excellent at pass rush, and the Browns are excellent at man covering defense. And those two together are a devastating combination because all that man corner got to do is lock them down for a few seconds and you're dead in the water back there. And after our first play of the game, when we were just destroyed, our offensive line was just destroyed, we made sure that we beat that defense. So we did what it took to beat that defense. That defense is real. And if we were going around trying to impress the fans and trying to put up numbers, then Denzel is taking one of those balls back to the house, and we had a whole different game. So that's how close it was. A blowout, but it would have been that close to not being a blowout if we started getting reckless, trying to throw the ball around to get some cute stats to make everything look good and all that kind of stuff. That's not what football is about. And when you start playing that game and trying to impress people and all that kind of stuff, that's when the L's are going to come because you're doing things for the wrong reasons. You're doing things for the show rather for the W. And yesterday, like I said, the switching of the game plan, the everything that I saw was the Cowboys focused on winning that football game only. I like that. One game at a time, Justin D. Exactly. Yeah, Cal Cullen, what's up, man? Good morning. He says he's curious how Zeke's body was going to deal with the wear and tear. I'm sure Zeke has got himself in shape. Like I said, him being mature right now and knowing that this is really his last shot, and then knowing that nobody believes in him because I bad talk Zeke all off season. Everybody's bad talk Zeke. So that's a motivator right there. So hopefully it gets into him. I'll talk more crap. Zeke sucks. What's up, Alvin? Yeah, I want to see what Dalvin Cook. I want to see if there's any pop with exactly Poppy. I want to see if there's any pop with Dalvin Cook as well. I want to see if he has something. Oh no, yeah, don't, yeah. This game was not worth getting on the bandwagon. This one game at a time, because they really have to prove that they have a running back room, not just a running back, a few running backs that can get all the jobs done that running backs do, and they have some playmakers behind CD Lamb somewhere on that offense. Once we prove that, then it's all good. But I don't see that. Let's just get that straight. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. So if Flournoy and Tolbert become like monsters on the offense, you can't imagine how excited I will be. Because I don't see it. Adam is the opposite. Adam, I'm that annoying person at the gym. Back when I was losing all my weight, I used to be at the gym at like 4:50 to 5 o'clock in the morning, smiling on the elliptical or whatever I'm doing. I'm that annoying morning person. Callie's up studying. Yeah. My brain, yeah. That's when the synapses pop. Go back to studying, Callie. I've only got like 10 more minutes, Callie, so don't worry. Nix, money doesn't make you do anything better. Money is it's a separate entity. Money, we can't just grab a dude off the street and pay him a whole bunch of money and say, dude, I paid you all this money to play running back and you can't run. It doesn't help it doesn't help anything. So to think that you can throw money at a player and get more, improved play from them, it's not going to happen. So you shouldn't expect that in the first place. The money is just the market. The money is the market. I try to explain that to people all the time. It's like lobster. When you go to a restaurant, you order lobster. You look down at the price. You say, how much is this? Market price. What's the market price? Whatever the market says right now. And that's the quarterback position. It's a market. And whatever the market says, you play for the quarterback that's playing at this level, that's what you got to pay him. Or your alternative is go to the top of the draft and start drafting quarterbacks year after year after year until you get one. That's it. How was Emmitt Smith when the Cowboys won their last Super Bowl? Oh no. He was young though. The Cowboys may have found another Bland and Kellen Carson for real. That's my phone, sorry. I need to turn on the air conditioning. Jeez. The heat's already on here. Hold on, God. Ooh. Another thing, old people get heat flashes. I'm sweating and stuff. And it's also these lights. It's 79 degrees. Lord have mercy. Take this baby down. It's almost back on. There we go. Air condition is on. Not gonna die, you guys. Thank you, True Feels. No, I think Philip Loftus asked if there's any news on Ferguson, and that is a very, very, very important situation. I think he's going to be okay. They say Dak Prescott kind of said that we dodged a bullet with him, so I'm going to take that as it's like maybe an MCL tear or no, a strain, not a tear. You know what I'm saying? That just maybe a couple of weeks of staying off it and doing rehab, he might be back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hoping at least. But that is a very because he is a legit number two target. He is our legit number two target. It's not Cooks. It's Ferguson. So if we don't have Ferguson and we have to depend on the Shoemaker. Very good point. You know what? I think, Veronica J, I think we have a good chance to make it to the playoffs. And it's not because I said that to my son's godfather. It is not because I think so much of the Cowboys. It's because I think less of the other three teams in the division. I don't think much of the Giants and the Commanders, of course. But I personally don't think that much of the Eagles as well. And just as a point of reference, we won the division last year and had no business at all winning that division. We backed into the division. It was their fault. It was nothing that we did. It was them failing. So, they got to prove that they're not going to fail, just like we got to prove that we're not going to fail. So I can't put them in front of us when they fail just like we fail. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I am with our. That's where I am with our division. I just can't give it to the Eagles, and I just sit there and watch them flame out and give us the division like 5 minutes ago. The kind of said I work hard for about a week when I get a raise. It's so good, True Fields, to see some linebackers. It was so good to see some linebackers. It was ridiculous. No, he was not older than Zeke now. He was younger than Zeke now. If you're talking about Emmett when he won his last Super Bowl, I'm sure it was because it didn't take long. I mean, Emmett's first season, that rookie year, he had like 990 something yards rushing. He had right under 1,000 yards rushing. And then the next season is when we lost to the Lions in the championship or no divisional round. And then the next season we were in the Super Bowl. And then the next season we were in the Super Bowl. And then we were off the Super Bowl. And then we got Dion and we went back and won the Super Bowl. And that was it. So that had to be Emmett's like sixth season was his last Super Bowl. So yeah, much younger. You're sitting there testing my Cowboys knowledge. Zachary Fowler says Ferg can have ACL, MCL, PCL, and meniscus. Yeah. Ugh. I just found out I'm broke for the month, but go Cowboys. Man, there's so many people. You know who I want the Cowboys to draft? And it's somebody I got to play in. I got to take a nap, but I got to play my college football game this week. I got to play Boise State just like the real Oregon did. And that Genty, dude, that dude is real. That dude is amazing. if we get a running back like that, see, a running back like that wasn't in this past draft. If we get a running back like that really puts pressure on the defense, that they were like, I mean, Oregon was literally freaking out every time the dude got the ball. He was that much of a threat. You know what I'm saying? If we can get somebody like that and add them to the connection that CD and Dak have, but yeah, I'm all into college football. Yeah, that sounds about right. 27 is about your 6th year in the leagues. If you come in at like 21, 22, then you're 27, 28 in your 6th year. Yeah, no, Micah looked good. It's just the only thing, Jesse Lopez, that freaked me out about Micah Parsons was when he was chasing Deshaun Watson and Overshawn came and just zipped past him and tackled him. And I think it shocked Parsons too, because he didn't even do nothing. He didn't even react to the tackle. Everybody else was jumping up and down, and Parsons just run back like, "What was that? Like, who was faster than me?" That's the one thing. But other than that, Parsons was like, he's a monster. For him to have somebody playing like that behind him, and then also the acquisition of the bigs, those big defensive tackles, the acquisitions of the bigs, that is going to help a linebacker like him like crazy, and Kendricks too, of course. But like Overshawn, it's going to just make him just go through. Like for instance, I'll give you a good example. Do you remember the sack that Parsons made when he got chipped? They chipped him on the outside. That stopped him from coming at the quarterback this way, so he knew he was at a disadvantage going his regular way and wouldn't get to the quarterback as fast as he would. So he deviated and went this way. He went parallel and went all the way through the line, and before Deshaun Watson knew it, he was right there on him. The dude was on his game yesterday. The play calling was very consistent. The game plan, I really like the game plan. They didn't come in and try to do stuff that they really can't. You'll get yourself in trouble doing against a defense like that. They didn't try to do that at all. They tested the waters that first drive, and it's okay. These boys are real. Let's keep it simple and let our defense win the game. And that generated the blowout. So that was the right decision. Good job, guys. Do I also follow the Mavs? No. I'm a Sixers fan, unfortunately. Cesar Sanchez. No, I don't think Dak is not. This is what I was saying. He asked, do I think Dak can be serviceable enough to win the Super Bowl with an elite defense, or will it be one play? I don't. Dak. I'm a Dak guy, but you have to look at Dak with realism and what type of quarterback he is. That's what I was trying to say after we signed him. We've signed Dak. Now we know what our quarterback is. Now you have to build your team around your quarterback, so your quarterback doesn't have all the pressure on him to get everything done. So with Dak, he needs to have weapons that he can get the ball out of his hand too quickly, because he's not the guy that extend plays. He's not the guy that's going to run the ball. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not the guy that's going to run around the pocket and wait for the play to break down and then make something happen. He's not that guy. He's a read the defense, sees what's up, make a decision, get the ball out of his hands quickly. Now, when the ball comes out of his hands quickly, it's got to go to a guy that's going to take it to the house. And there's a lot of those guys. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of those guys. So we're trying to find guys that can run good routes, of course, but can catch the ball and they can be a threat after they get the ball in their hands. And if Dak doesn't have that, our offense is going to be a problem. The only other way around that is having a running game where Dak can do play action. He's brilliant at play action. Another thing of playing into your strengths of your quarterback. But to have play action, you have to have a powerful run game, which we do not have. You have to have a run game that the defense is sucked into in order to make the fakes work and to have good stuff happen on play action. Other than that, it's just a movement that the quarterback does right before he passes. So, yes, Dak can take us to the Super Bowl if people understand what he is and put the right things around him. Like, for instance, if Dak had what Goff has in Detroit here, where like last night when Jameson Williams, their number 2, had got the game ball because he was just like unstoppable out there. And then those running backs, the running back room, did you see the touchdown from that third running back? So it's just like put the right things around him. And yes, definitely. But if you leave it up to him and he's got to make it happen with whatever you put out there, never with a big N. Never. The NFL is way too hard for that. I mean, you got the best quarterback that I've probably seen in my lifetime, Pat Mahomes over there. They're still giving him weapons. because weapons don't do nothing but make a quarterback better. A little 2-yard pass that looked like a 60-yard touchdown on the stat sheet makes your quarterback look a lot better. All right, what time is it? Yep. 5 more minutes and I got to roll. I know. You got to watch that. Wilson Santiago says, he says the talking heads are already saying the next 4 and 5 games the Cowboys will win and already the best team in the league. That's what we got to avoid, the hype train. The hype train. They're going to, and the media does this because they're the ones who push us up and enjoy our fall, because it's very, look man, I've been on YouTube forever. I've been a YouTube partner forever. I've been monetized forever. When we crash out in dramatic fashion, the checks are way better. So if it happens for me, you know it's happening for Fox and ESPN and all the others. You know what I'm saying? They get lots of traction off of Cowboys fans' tears. So you gotta avoid the pump up train. The pump up train is coming. Trust me, it's coming. And when they start talking about, don't believe it until you start seeing it on the field. Like nobody can talk up the run game for me right now. Nobody can talk up the wide receivers right now. Nobody can talk those up right now because I hadn't seen it. You can talk up Overshawn. I'm hearing it. You can talk up Caden Carson. I'm hearing it. Even the addition of Jordan Phillips. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing all of that stuff. That stuff was really good. But if you come to me saying, oh, yeah, they might have enough in the... No, I don't want to hear that. I want to see that. I want to see that punch. I want to see a defense like, oh, crap. Zeke is killing us. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. Until then, it is what it is. All right, last one. Xavier Worthy was a ridiculous addition for Mahomes. I don't even understand how the league allowed that to happen. Okay, we don't always have the season slow. Yeah, we know that always. That's the reason why I didn't want him throwing the ball around trying to impress people, getting 300 yards on the Browns defense. No. Dude ain't took a snap. He don't ever start seasons well. Do you want him to start like he did? What was the Bucks? Jeez. No. Keep it simple, stupid. No Kool-Aid drinking yet. All right, Adam. Have a good day, man. We all know KC is a lock for the Super Bowl. Pretty much. Ravens. I mean, they could have beat them the last 2 times, but other than the Ravens, there is literally nobody over there that can even play with them. I don't think. I mean, Cincinnati isn't what y'all think they are. I don't think. Who else? I mean, seriously. If the Texans really turn it on, but I don't. It's hard for me to see the Texans evolve that much. But I'm pulling for it. I would love to see the Texans take out the Mahomes. Yeah. Just believe your eyes, Shadow. Just we saw what we saw yesterday. We know that we know what we saw yesterday, and we can go with that. We just wait till we see this run game actually just take over, just overpower somebody. Because literally that's what defeated us in the playoffs, and that's what you need in the playoffs to defeat other teams. You need a whole bag, and if that team is weak in the run game, let's punch them with our run game. If that team is weak in the pass game, we let Dak and them kill them in the pass game. So just to have a powerful run game in our bag in the playoffs, because in the playoffs, this week you might have to use that powerful run game, and the next week you might have to pass the ball out all around. But if you go in the playoffs and you are a one-trick pony where you can just throw the ball to that number 88, and that's really all you got, then they're gonna shut that number 88 down. Those are pros out there. They're gonna shut that 88 down, and they're gonna get to our quarterback. So until I see otherwise, that's what's going to happen on the offensive end of football. Until I see some other weapons, until I see a run game, until I see other things do extremely well on our offense other than Dak, CD, and of course Ferg. All right. Thanks, Kay. What should No, we'll talk about that tomorrow. He said, "What should a Dallas scheme against the Saints?" Because I got to watch that Saints game and see how. That's when we should be wondering if are the Saints that good or are the Panthers that bad? Because there's a real possibility that the Panthers are really that bad. It's possible. Hey, Ducky, I was getting ready to leave. I was about to press the button. Oh yeah, the offense is rusty. Yeah, it's going to be okay. That's we just was talking about that. That happens like every year. It starts, but it's not as bad as previous years. So then you just take that in consideration as well. Usually it's like really bad at the beginning of the season, and then it clicks right at game 4, game 5, 6, or somewhere around there, and then at the end of the season it ends off well. Yeah, man. See, Zim, that's the story of the day. The defense was the story of the day, in my opinion. I've done the standing room tickets before in Texas Stadium. It was cool. Jerry Jones is running that hype train. Yeah, to our detriment. Yeah, no, hey, he makes a whole lot of money off that hype train too. He does. He really does. All right, guys, let me go get my dog, take her out to potty, and start my day. I will see you